morning slash afternoon college football fans. What's going on, y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned after a month of craziness. Yes, both Larry and Teran Rodriguez have returned to talk plenty of college football from the smallest divisions to the biggest. We are here to bring it to you today. How you doing today, brother? Let's do the darn thing, y'all. You heard the man. So, with that said, y'all, we are coming at you today, talking plenty of college sports for the next, college football for the next hour. Hope you're ready, y'all. So much has happened. Did Bama really lose to Tamu? Yes, they did. And plenty coming up here today because, well, a certain Catholic school is taking on a certain private school, and Saturday Night Football tonight is going to be a good one as Dame invites SC over to South Bend for another chapter of this rivalry. You are officially tuned in live to 3 and Out College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direction for all that is sports. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here ready to rock and roll at our new time. Not really. It's kind of our new time, but then again, it's not really our time. So every week, Teran and I, so we owe you guys a brief explanation. Our apologies, first things first. So, extremely brief. Hey, what's going on, Adam Karnick in the chat room? What's going on, brother? Hopefully he'll be able to tune in. Hopefully we'll get a lot more people tuning in during this time. But so, extremely fast explanation to why, this show has been gone for about a month. Yeah, as per usual, as I always like to say, as I was telling Teran earlier, for some reason, whenever I tell the iSports Radio team that I'm coming back to be, way more involved and, it's that work has calmed down and everything like that, it's like a tidal wave of work that just slaps me in the face. And yeah, it doesn't really happen, and then this happens. So, that kind of deal. So with that said, I am doing my thing. I got a second job now in the evenings as a personal trainer. So, as you guys know, weddings aren't cheap. And Cecilia and I are getting married in May. So with that said, also the sports couple perspectives will actually be pushed to 1 o'clock now on Saturdays. So 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. We will be doing that show on Saturdays now. So yeah, it might move around a little bit, but for today at least it'll be at that time. But it's going to be on Saturday afternoons. So yeah, as you can see, our evenings are kind of chopped up now. They're very, very, very taken. Of course, big news for Cecilia with her new employment, but I'll save that for her coming up later on today here on the network on the sports couple perspectives. But with that said, y'all, big ups to Mr. Pierre Moss also in the chat room. What's going on, brother? Glad to have you here today. And there you have it. So with that said, there it is. There's all of the explanation of what's been going on with us and why we haven't, been here. But we have our new time slot, and we're ready to talk what we love, y'all. Seriously, college football is where it's at, and we're glad to be here today. So, Teran, how you been, man, this last month?
I've been doing well, Larry, keeping myself busy with all sorts of things, whether it's football or volleyball or any sort of sport. But I am doing well. Keeping on, and just living the dream.
That's what it's all about, brother. And I'm glad that you've been keeping on, because that's what it's all about, man. So, yes, we are back. Yes, it feels so good to be back. Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. Yeah, Teran, I'm not glad to give myself my own applause. I know. So, yeah. Pierre just said something that's pretty interesting right now that I didn't see, but now I see it. Yeah, Oklahoma, number 3 Oklahoma, that suspect team is actually trailing to probably one of the worst programs in NCAA Division I, single A. Yeah, Kansas is currently leading Oklahoma 10-0. So overall, Kansas, even if they lose today, should be happy because they were able to shut out the number 3 team in the country for a quarter. I mean, that's a victory on its own.
Exactly.
So, yeah, 1-5 Kansas. Those poor Jayhawks. Isn't it crazy, Teran, how the Jayhawks, like, we speak so low about them, and I hate to say that, but they're just not a good team. But isn't it crazy when it comes to basketball, we're just, like, talking about them like top notch? Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, and I'm just going to say this, Kansas fans, don't worry. Basketball season is right around the corner. In case you need something for fall, the women's volleyball team isn't overly bad as well.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, they they had to depend on that. That basketball team really makes that happen over there for them. But right now, I'll tell you what, they're losing their freaking mind. I bet you they can't even believe it. The team probably can't even believe it. They're like, "What the hell? We're leading." Just kidding.
Yep.
But anyway, so that's going on. So today we have a little bit of a different, actually not a little bit. We have actually a pretty big, significant change in this show. So our hour of college football is going to be pretty fun. We are going to, because as we notice, a lot of you, of course, everyone loves the big Division One. We all know that, and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so Division One Single A. So what are we going to do? You know, we talk high school football. You know, we talk what do you call it? Triple CAA in California and NJCAA with the community colleges. You know, we talk Division Three and Division Two and Division One AA, and you know we talk NAIA football, but we're gonna take the kind of the last dance approach, if you will, and it kind of gets bouncing around a lot. We're gonna talk predominantly Division One Single A, and then at the end of every segment, basically sprinkle in a little bit of every one of those other ones, the big highlights from all those other ones, other divisions and sanctioning bodies and everything during the show. So hopefully you enjoy it and you get a glimpse of football from every angle of college football, from all 7 of those divisions, and the other, of course, sanctioning body. So I guess you could say 6 of those divisions, and then or I guess, sorry, there's a couple of different governing bodies there, sorry. But anyway, you guys get it, all right? So there's 7 of them, all right? So, and then, of course, high school would make 8. So high school football, Triple CAA, NJCAA, NAIA, Division 3, Division 2, Division 1 AA, and Division 1 Single A. My gosh, what a mouthful. So we're going to be trickling that in throughout the show, and it's going to be fun. Yes, Adam, we're going to be talking Division 3 Concordia Chicago Cougars. Yes, we are. Teran, look that up. I'm going to look it up, too. We're going to look them up right now. So with that said, you guys, we are going to take ourselves a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to continue on this madness right now of, it's like, I feel like, Teran, like, I kind of feel like this is breaking news, like, on the news station. Like, we're going to, like, give you guys we're going to keep you guys up to date on this court case. We're going to keep you guys up to date on this high-speed car chase throughout the show, because that's exactly what Kansas, Oklahoma is right now.
Oh, yes. We definitely will.
So yeah. Also, I mean, number one thing, I don't know how in the hell Cincinnati's even number 2. Like, since we last talked, I mean, wow, this has got to be the highest rank they've ever been. I think ever in the history of ever. So, and if I'm wrong, then wow. But I've never seen them this high ever. It's weird. It's like seeing Memphis at number 2. Like, what? Like, I mean, this is weird. This is just not. But I love it. But yeah, they're actually trailing Navy right now, 10-7. So and I'm sorry, Adam. But your Northwestern Wildcats right now are trailing number 6 Michigan, who's actually had a freaking good year for the first time, I think, in a very long time. Big Blue is leading 7-0 right now of Michigan. They're number 6 in the country. So Adam says here, LOL, Teran, if you look them up, you'll be more up to date than on them than me. Adam, you're supposed to be covering this on your show, gosh darn it.
Well, there's not much to cover because Concordia, Chicago, ever since they went 2-0, they've kind of fallen down and gone south, aka they've lost 5 in a row.
Wow, what is this, USC 2 years ago? I mean, what the heck? Like, this is sad.
Some of their games have been pretty lopsided. Like their loss to Aurora, they lost 70-0. They lost to Lakeland 63-7. And their only close loss was to its Concordia brethren, Concordia of Wisconsin. So, big oof.
That sucks. Wow. I guess it is kind of I guess we can, before our break, we can take a look here at Division Three. The current top five, or top 25. So from 25 to 21, Baldwin Wallace, John Carroll, which is usually a pretty solid team. They fell to 24. Wow. Wisconsin Oshkosh. Let's see here. Birmingham Southern and Trinity from Texas. Pierre says in the chat room here, video game scores in Division 3. Yes. And McQuan, he said, McQuan beat us? Damn it! I don't know how you say that, but yeah, as you can see, Adam knows a little thing or two. So Adam knows a little bit of something there. So yes, from 20 to 16, Johns Hopkins, usually a pretty solid team, but actually, I'm sorry, I was thinking of Carroll and Hopkins different, but I think Johns Hopkins is actually usually up there towards the top. But anyway, we have Susquehanna. I don't want to butcher their name, but I just did. Muhlenberg, Cortland, Ithaca. And if you guys notice, I always say I don't want to butcher names after I butcher it. I know, I got to stop doing that. Anyway, Bethel. So from 15 to 11, Bethel. Let's see. I think this is University of Wisconsin La Crosse, if I'm not mistaken. UW, but I don't know what UW. I'm gonna click on it because I feel like an a-hole if I don't click on it and see what they're actually named. So let's see here, and it just keeps on going. Okay, so we don't have time. My apologies, but UW. Let's see here. We have La Crosse, Union, Salisbury, and Washington and Jefferson. In the current top 10, from 10 to 5 right now, we have Central, Delaware Valley, Hardin-Simmons, a solid team who was definitely in the D3 playoffs 2 years ago. They've been around the Bison. Linfield, solid team out of Oregon, very solid team. Wheaton, Illinois, you should be looking them up, Adam. Wheaton University out of Illinois, they're 5-1 right now. They were 6 last week, and they're 6 this week, so there you go. And then currently right now in the top 5, St. John's at 6-0. Actually, all these teams are 6-0, and nobody's moved around. They were all there previously last week, and they've stayed here. So St. John's, number 5. Number 4, Mount Union. As we know, Mount Union, the superpower, one of the Alabamas, if you will, in college football. They've kind of dropped off a little bit. But they're still pretty strong. Wisconsin Whitewater, another solid team, man. The War Eagles, they are definitely a solid football team. Mary Hardin Baylor, of course, we all know that Mount Union and Mary Hardin Baylor have had their toss-ups in the last couple of years in the Stag Bowl, but certainly good football there. And, of course, number 1 right now, the team that won it all 2 years ago, and they are staying true. I love this. This isn't no fluke season a couple years ago when they won it all in the most coolest fashion ever. Quarterback on the last play of the game, freaking throwing to his receiver to break the passing record, the all-time passing record, to like one of his best friends as the receiver in the Stag Bowl as they were blowing out, I think, Whitewater, if I'm not mistaken, in the Stag Bowl. Just awesome ending to that game. But anyway, my apologies for getting those young men's names. But North Central out of Illinois, which, yeah, you should know them too, Adam. I'm just saying, you do our Illinois show. But yes, North Central looking good at number 1 right now. So, well, I know Concordia Chicago is not that good, but Adam, you have 2 Illinois teams in the top 10. Yeah, just saying. Any words for that, Teran?
Well, rather impressive that they have 2 Illinois teams in the top 10, and I don't know if they're from Chicago, but if so, then they deserve to talk. A team that I'm glad that is most likely not on the top 25 or not receiving votes is Hope. And believe it or not, that one time when I made Larry B laugh after mentioning Hope got a vote after losing to Teran 51-0. It was actually the 2-year anniversary, and I meant to post that, and then I was like, no, I missed the day. So that'll go down as the day that Larry B laughed a lot on over the air. I don't know if that's the most you've laughed over the air, but that should be a monument. Like, October 8th should be a national holiday.
Was it that day, Teran?
Yeah, I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, no, I missed the anniversary date.
Well, it's kind of funny, because October 8th is Cecilia's birthday. So, I mean, that's crazy. Like, it's It's a special day, and that's funny. So that was the day I laughed on air, October 8th, or was that the day of the game?
That was when we were making fun of Hope for losing to Teran 51-0.
Yeah. So, ladies and
We
gentlemen,
gotta post that on the Twitter.
no, we do, because I was laughing hysterically. I gotta find that file and upload it. It's long deleted, I'm sure, but oh my gosh, you guys. How do you get blown out? Like, seriously, how in the hell do you get blown out? Like, they've had a horrible year. They get blown out 51 to whatever it was, Teran said. And then there's somebody, homeboys down there in the bottom who's with one vote. Like, get out of here from the top 25.
I don't understand.
I mean,
and then D3 Sports was like, just responded with a facepalm emoji, and it's like, oh my god, I get what you mean.
That was somebody's dad.
Somebody had a friend.
Yeah,
somebody had a buddy.
that was awesome, man. But anyway, I know it's a coach's poll, so yeah, that was yeah. It's okay, son. I still love you. I'm just kidding, one of those things. But yes, Adam says we do. The D3 game is strong outside of my alma mater. Well, there you go. That's apparently Adam's alma mater over there, Concordia Chicago Cougars. So go Cougars, even though they aren't doing too well. But yes, D3 is pretty strong in the Midwest for sure. And well, there you have it. So, with that said, we're going to take ourselves a short little break. And when we come back, we're going to get, of course, lots more into Division 1, talk about what's going on today, what has been going on, and, of course, get more wrapped up into all the other divisions around the NCAA and even another sanctioning body in the NAIA, the CCCAA, and the NJCAA, right here on 3 and Out College Edition. Right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Oh yes! You want to check this show out and plenty of great shows here on IE Sports Radio, because gosh dang it, we do it right, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show once again going for y'all today, as we're talking plenty of college football around the world. Oh yeah, actually around the country, but yeah. So with that said, welcome back to 3 and Out College Edition right here at IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. As I watch a 57-yard field goal just go wide left. Yes, I am officially watching this Oklahoma-Kansas game because Pierre says here in the chat room, this is the first lead that Kansas has had over a top 25 team since 2014. Yeah, that's 7 years. So I'm just saying, it's kind of crazy to see that. So, good job, Kansas. I'm cheering for him right now, man. How about you, Teran?
I mean, I like to see an underdog story emerge, and that would be quite something. And they could finally put the whole Kansas is not a football school theory to rest. But they're still a basketball school at heart.
No, they are. It's just, what do you really say or do? It's just one of those things. But anyway, so a couple of weeks ago, I know we haven't been on in a while, but and I was telling Teran this, 2 weeks ago? Let's just be real. We're pretty sure Oklahoma's going to win this thing. They came back a couple weeks ago about 2 weeks ago in the freaking Cotton Bowl and won that game 55-48. Amazing job by them and just awesomeness. And they were able to come back and beat Texas. At the time, they were ranked number 6. Texas was ranked number 21. And, yeah, week 6 was pretty crazy. We had that week, of course, number 3, Iowa, over number 4, Penn State, 23-20. And that's why Iowa has been so high ranked. Of course, we'll get to that later on because I thought that was pretty good. But also, week 6 was crazy. That was also the week where number 1 Alabama would lose to Texas A&M 41-38. And absolutely crazy on a last-second field goal from Seth Small, 28-yard field goal. So, yeah, week 6 was a week that I really wish we would have been able to come on and do a show. But, yeah, man, since then we've had some crazy highlights. Let's see here. Last week, number 24, San Diego State and San Jose State, of course. NorCal versus SoCal, man. Love the G and G, Teran going back and forth. But double overtime, man. Freaking San Diego State pulls it off last Friday. Amazing victory there for the Aztecs, man. Just awesome stuff. Number 17, Arkansas loses to Auburn. And am I mean for saying this, Teran? I don't really feel like that's an upset because Arkansas, I don't know what happened. They must have drank some of Michael Jordan's magic juice or whatever. But honestly, they were good, but I just don't feel like they're a top 25 team. They're solid, but they can lose to pretty much anybody, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's an upset. I mean, I don't know. Am I mean for saying that?
No, you're not, and that's clearly not an upset. Auburn has pretty much had Arkansas's number for quite some time, so for Auburn to win that game, that is nowhere near an upset.
No, I agree.
It's just two teams just going at one another, and Auburn just still having the number of Arkansas.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, I mean SEC team. Sorry, they can lose to any SEC team, Arkansas. And I don't really consider that an upset because I just feel like Arkansas is kind of, got a little luck, I guess, with the top 25. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. It just happened. So, Adam says here, Michael Jordan's magic juice. Isn't that Gatorade? Actually, no. That's Gatorade is from the Florida Gators, Mr. Adam Karnick. And the Gators last week, number 20, they were number 20 last week, would lose to LSU 49-42. And, wait a minute. Wait, we have Coach O here on the show. Coach O, can you tell us about that game real fast? That's Teran's cue to do his Coach O impersonation.
Oh, oops. Sorry. That was my bad. We just basically were outmatched. Go Tigers. We're trying to recruit Joe Burrow back, and all those speculations of me departing, they're not true. Oh, by the way, Jamar Chase is going to get us another 5th-year eligibility. We going to be back, baby. Don't count us out. LSU all the way, baby. Go Tigers.
I'll see you over there in that sissy blue shirt. I'm sorry, Teran. Come on, man. The sissy blue shirt.
I mean, yeah. Them sissy blue shirts. Tell them to bring them on in them sissy blue shirts. We ain't ready. We ain't scared. We ready for them all day, any day. Any team that wears sissy blue shirts, we gonna take them down. Go Packers.
But Coach O, you guys lost to UCLA that week.
Yeah, but we weren't at full strength, and also it was in LA. Those refs are always biased in LA. Someone had UCLA as a favorite. Someone had them down for a lot of money, so go Packers.
You're cold. You're cold. Okay, so once again, we're messing around. Nothing.
We're having fun.
Having fun, but that was pretty funny. Oh my gosh, man, that was awesome. But no, we love Coach O, man. I'll be honest with you. I wish we would have kept Coach O at USC. I mean, that's just
He
how.
could come back, but I'm not speaking it into existence.
Yeah, that was man. We screwed up by letting him go. That was he's a player's coach, man. I would have loved to have played for Coach O, man. He's one of my favorite coaches in college, man. So what's good to Davis and Crooks in the chat room, by the way? So I'm loving it. We got a little healthy chat room going on here today. There is something to going on at this time, or at least on Saturday morning / afternoon. So I'm loving that. So week 7, Purdue would knock off number 2 Iowa. That's right. I don't even know how the hell Iowa got that high ranked, but as you can see, being out of the game for about a month, craziness. So that happened, 24-7 in Iowa. That was pretty crazy. And just all these little things, man. Utah upsetting number 18 Arizona State, which I don't even feel like that's an upset because I think they're pretty evenly matched, 35-21 in week 7. And then I think it's going back to when we were the last time on air, Teran. This is when I started telling everybody like Arkansas, like they're kind of suspect anyway. They were number 8 in week number 5. They got knocked off by number 2 Georgia 37-0. Yeah, that was also the same week as the Battle of the Blues, and well, let's just say that it was very lopsided, unlike basketball, where North Carolina destroyed Duke 38-7. That was, one of those things. That week also, number 7 Cincinnati knocks off Notre Dame, number 9 Notre Dame at the time, 24-13. That was pretty crazy. Stanford is the roller coaster this year of college football. They knocked off number 3 Oregon in overtime, 31-24 that week. I mean, just craziness. But Teran, enough of the recap. Any in the last month, man? Any craziness stands out to you from these football games?
Well, other than maybe USC falling to certain teams they shouldn't be losing to, and by the way, their loss to Utah was the first loss to Utah in the Coliseum since 1916. So over 100 years since they last lost to Utah in the Coliseum, which is not good. And I am just now seeing that Oklahoma just got one of their players got a personal foul, which is complete dumbness right there. It's like, how are you going to do that, dude? Like, the dude was already lying on the ground. Like, come on, Lincoln Riley, have control over your players.
That's ridiculous. Well, first things first, USC continues to suck. So thank you very much, Teran, for just letting everybody know how USC drops the ball because, man, we've been terrible this season. But yes, Cincinnati. Hey, number 2 Cincinnati has officially tied it up, number 2 right now with Navy. So Adam says here in the chat room, University of Florida may have invented Gatorade, but MJ perfected it. And yes, somebody from Chicago would say that. I'm just kidding. No, he absolutely did. So, all right, so Teran, a little bit of talk around the games going on at the moment. Illinois, hey, Adam, your team is playing. Well, one of your teams playing against, oh no, Penn State. Well, there goes that. I'm just kidding. But actually, it's actually a pretty solid game, man. Illinois' defense has been up to the challenge today. Number 7 Penn State leads 10-0 in Happy Valley.
Oh gosh.
But if Illinois somehow, I'm just kidding, Teran, they're not going to win. But it's still a crazy score, right?
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm just looking at this Kansas-Oklahoma game. I'm sorry, but this Kansas-Oklahoma game is like, it's going back and forth with dumb play after dumb play, yeah?
No, I have to watch this. I mean, seriously, I have to sit here and I'm over here watching. Let me see here, like taking a look, and I got it on my phone. I should put it on the big TV real quick. So, but anyway, good stuff, man. So far from what we got going on. Michigan is still freaking leading only by 7 points. Northwestern is holding their ground. Look at this. The Illinois teams are fighting today, Adam. We got Northwestern trailing still only 7-0 to number 6 Michigan, and number 7 Penn State is only leading by 10 points over Illinois, and that's even crazier in my opinion. I mean, actually they're about even, but let's see here. Adam in the chat room says Bielema called his whole team out last week. Said most of them should never have been recruited to Illinois.
Dang. Ouch.
That's sad. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I mean,
That's gotta hurt.
you're a waste of a scholarship, son. That's why. No, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that's mean. All right, well. Anyway, so taking a look around the last couple of games here, or last week, or this last past week, we had a game on Wednesday. That was weird, but we had a game on Wednesday. And believe it or not, number 14, Coast Carolina, which they've changed their name, apparently, to Coast Carolina, which I thought Coastal Carolina was cool, but whatever. The Chanticleers, hey, we know who they are. They would drop one to Appalachian State in a very close game, 30-27, solid game there. On Thursday, let's see, SMU would have no issue taking out Tulane 55-26. FAU over Charlotte 38-9. Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns in Oklahoma and Arkansas State had a good one there, 28-27. Louisiana wins it. And then San Jose State was really irritated after that loss to San Diego State, so they took it out on UNLV, even though they didn't really take it out on them. It was a good game, 27-20. On the road. Then yesterday we had some good games here. Let's see here. Mid-Tennessee State over UConn 44-13 on the road. UCF defends their home turf, defeating Memphis in their really cool uniforms. Gosh darn it, they lost. But UCF wins 24-7. Utah State defeats Colorado State 26-24 at home. Good game. And then we have a Pac-12 game, Teran, our neck of the woods, where Washington defeats Arizona 21-6, and it's 21-16. Teran, if there was ever anybody that fell from grace faster, Washington has to be that team.
The fact that Washington nearly lost to Arizona is mind-boggling. Arizona led through 3 quarters, and unfortunately for the Wildcats, they just couldn't hold on. It's close, but no cigar. So if people are keeping score with Arizona, they have unfortunately lost 19 in a row. I hate to bring that up, but it is the truth, and people kept bringing up the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-game losing streak until they beat the Dolphins, but this is just as concerning. They're even holding tryouts for walk-ons.
Teran, where did Washington start this year? Were they like number 5 or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and now they're 3-4, and they're barely winning games over 0-7 teams on the road. I mean, well, I guess on the road is understandable. If that was at home, oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, that's very concerning. So, a little bit of a recap there. So let's go ahead and, before our next break, jump on in to some high school football real fast. So, Teran, we got a big one coming up today, man. It's in your neck of the woods in Orange County. What we got?
We got Mater Dei versus Servite at the Santa Ana Bowl, and that's going to be a barn burner. That could be for the Trinity League Championship, but you never ever can not count out the Friars. Like, first and foremost, Mater Dei is the complete juggernaut, and obviously they are going to have a battle with Servite, but Servite is so much improved. Taitaroa McMillan, or T-Mac as most people call him, is a stud. He's not only a great tight end, but he's a great defender as well. So that's going to be a great matchup right there. And obviously Jalen Brown, I think his name is Jalen Brown or Jeremiah Brown, the sophomore quarterback for Mater Dei. He has been a stud this year. He hasn't even played a full 10-game season in his career, and now he's playing like he's a senior. So I'm rather impressed by him. So let's keep a sharp eye out for it. It's going to be streamed on Valley Sports, and it's an 8 p.m. start, which it's for TV purposes, though. So that's why it's an 8 p.m. start. For those wondering, why is it not at 7 or why is it not earlier? Because of TV purposes.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Teran. Yes, Mater Dei, of course, as you guys don't know, Mater Dei, the national they've been national champions a whole bunch in their college, in their high school lives. Santa Ana, of course, California, Mater Dei, Monarchs, the cream of the crop in college football. Of course, them, kind of crazy, just, 23 miles away in Bellflower, if I'm not mistaken. St. John Bosco, also a top team right there in Orange County and Teran's neck of the woods. Then we get the Football Factory, Corona Centennial, usually always in the top 25 over here in my neck of the woods, in the Inland Empire. I mean, just amazing high school football around here. But real quick, Mater Dei currently just 8 Santa Margarita for breakfast last week, and that's at night. 56-3. So they're coming off of that. And then, of course, number eight in the country right now, Servite out of Anaheim, their most recent game. They beat down Jay Sarah, which is, as Teran would say, no team to sneeze at, 53-0. So today should be a good one. I really expect both of them to get their licks. Overall, I'm taking Mater Dei. I'm not going to not take Mater Dei, but it should be a good football game overall, Teran.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I gotta take Mater Dei. I don't mean to bounce around the Trinity League, but there was a fascinating football score that happened last night in the Trinity League. It was Orange Lutheran defeating J. Sarah 9-7, and that could loom large because both those teams are respectable, but we don't know if the new CIF Southern Section playoff format will be taking both of those teams because J. Sarah only has 3 wins, and they haven't really had too many standout wins, while Orange Lutheran, I think, has like 4 or 5 wins at the moment. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the playoff brackets being released on Halloween morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So, but I know how much you love defensive battles, and that was pretty much J. Sarah and Orange Lutheran in a nutshell right there. So, yeah.
I'm loving it, man. Well, great stuff there and solid football game. So let's get to the top 25 here around the country. So Central Miami right now at 5-2, so 25-21. Central Miami at 5-2. St. John's, of course, out of Washington. This is Washington, D.C. They're 6-0 right now. Milton at 23, they are 6-1, and Milton High School is out of Georgia, so Milton, Georgia there. Dutch Fork. Yeah, Dutch Fork. I didn't even know. I think this is actually in Seth E's territory down there in South Carolina, but the Silver Foxes right now currently 8-0, and out of Irmo, South Carolina, I believe IRMO, don't want to butcher the name, but 7-0 right now. North Cobb High School out of Kennesaw, Georgia, the North Cobb Warriors, solid at 6-1. Also, we have here, and that's, by the way, 25-21. So from 20 to 16, Bixby, number 7. All right, sorry, number 21 or 20. Out of Bixby, Oklahoma, the Spartans have an 8-0 season going on so far. No, sorry, 7-0. Number 19, Catholic BR Bears. I'm not sure what that stands for, but BR. Baton Rouge. I'm sorry. Duh. So the Catholic Baton Rouge Bears are at 8-0 right now. They are currently, where were they at? Currently number 19. Bishop Gorman, a team that we know all so well. Teran, we have to bring this up. A couple of weeks ago, man, Bishop Gorman out of Vegas. Wow. And this is way back. Now, this is actually like around the last time. I'm sorry, I think, my goodness, I'm clearing my throat. It's annoying. But this is actually the last time we were on air about a month ago. But man, when you sent me the highlights of that Chandler game from Hamilton, I can't believe it, man. Hamilton came back in the last, what was it, Teran? Like freaking 2 minutes of the game, and they were down by like 21 points, and they came back and freaking won.
Yeah, I think that was it. But that was quite impressive. Freaking amazing.
Yeah, freaking amazing. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how good Hamilton's doing. Hamilton is currently 7-0 right now, so they are doing great. Great for them. So let's see if they'll be breaking into the top 25 anytime soon. But let's hope they do. But Bishop Gorman right now, 8-1 record overall. Since that loss, they've of course continued their winning. So Bishop Gorman out of Vegas, 7-0, number 18. St. Francis Academy out of Baltimore, 5-1. Hamilton, well, I'm stupid because I thought they were going to be, I didn't know if they were in the top 25, but yes, Hamilton is actually in the top 25. They're number 16 right now, and of course, after you beat Bishop Gorman, you should be ranked higher than them. I mean, let's just say. But Hamilton, 7-0 right now, number 16, looking good. Then that is 16. From 15 to 11, we have St. Thomas Aquinas out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 7-1. The Football Factory right over here in my neck of the woods in the Inland Empire, in Corona, California, not too far away from where we are, right here in the IE. Corona Centennial, 8-0 right now, looking sharp. Big ups to the Huskies, by the way. They actually beat Norco last week. 48-24. As you heard me earlier this week, I was trying to start a segment that I totally forgot about, and I didn't need to get back on that. But Norco, man, solid game over them. That's their rival. 48-24 last week, and well, they beat Roosevelt last night 64-0. So solid stuff here by Corona Centennial. Jesuit out of Tampa, currently 7-0. South Lake Carroll out of South Lake, of course. South Lake, Texas. They are 7-0. And then Chandler, a team that we know pretty good, Arizona School out of Chandler, Arizona. 7-0. Or 6-0. Then we go to the top 10. Katy, Texas. I don't know if it's Katy or Katy. Sorry, but I always say Katy. Sorry, my bad. But 8-0. Looking good, number 10. Next up, Center Grove. Hey, Center Grove out of Greenwood, Indiana. So, solid school there. That is in Justin Lahr's neck of the woods. He was on earlier this morning. 9-0. Then, of course, Servite out of Anaheim, California. 8-0. Then Collins Hill out of Suwanee. Where's this at? Suwanee, Georgia. These Georgia teams, man, are pretty solid. Let's see here. 8-0. Bergen Catholic out of Oradell, New Jersey. Of course, that's in Pierre Moss's neck of the woods. They're strong as can be right now, 7-0. And there's your top 6. They were number 6. And then the current top 5, St. John Bosco lost a game. I have to see this. I want to know who they lost to because that's impressive. Of course, Mater Dei. How could I forget? Duh. They lost, of course, a couple weeks ago to Mater Dei, 42-21, and that was like the super game. That was probably going to be the national championship or close to it. But Servite, of course, as I said earlier, Teran, is going to be, that's a pretty solid game tonight. Could be another, that's for the Trinity League, at least. So, right now we have, let's see here, St. John Bosco at 7-1, number 5. Thompson out of Alabaster, Alabama. Davidson Crooks in the house right now. Well, brother, there's an Alabama team for you. At number 4, 9-0, playing strong. Westlake out of Austin, Texas. The Westlake Chaparrals, I believe. I don't want to butcher their name, but currently at 7-0. The IMG Academy, of course, everyone knows who that is. Out of Bradenton, Florida. The second best team in the country. I mean, they're one of the best for sure. I mean, they can be the best on any given day, but then, of course, well, they're 6-0. And then, of course, number 1, Mater Dei out of Santa Ana, California, 6-0. So there is your current top 25, courtesy of Max Preps Football on maxpreps.com. We're going to take ourselves a short break, and when we get back, we'll be talking lots more D1 and getting all into the rest of college football. You are listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Rose Rate, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson,
It's your boy, Dentarius Locke.
and we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That give you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Teran Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
You were absolutely right, Mr. Teran Rodriguez, who is speaking on the drop and he's also on the line. Yes, everything you need right here at IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, big ups to our boy Marcus Loves Great in the chat room, man. Says shout out to the hottest college show on the internet. Well, we appreciate you, brother, because we know that you host the hottest boxing/MMA combat sports show on the internet as well. Of course, gloves off. You heard his drop a few minutes ago. Catch him every Wednesday night. This man does not play. Absolute greatness out of Marcus Loves Great's mouth every single week, bringing you the latest in all of combat sports. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. This guy goes in, and he makes for dang sure you know his opinions, and, well, let's just say he's usually pretty on target. So, anyway, excuse me, I burped. So, with that said, the saga continues. I'm just kidding. No, but Teran, Kansas is still leading 10-0 at the half over number 3 Oklahoma. What in the heck's going on?
Oklahoma just is not running everything to a T. It's rather concerning, honestly, considering they're the number 3 team in the nation. And they may have to go with Spencer Rattler, if anything, because I just don't understand why they're playing down to their competition. Like, this isn't like them, especially to Kansas. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a come on, man, for sure, man. Number 2 Cincinnati's actually taking the lead over Navy, but it's only a 3-point lead. No, that's pretty crazy on the road. 13-10 at the half. Northwestern, if you're still listening, Adam, Northwestern, I can't believe this. They're only trailing by 3 points, 10-7 at the half to Michigan in the Big House. All right, this is number 6 Michigan we're talking about, and same exact score at the half. Number 7 Penn State is leading Illinois 10-7. 10-7! Oh my gosh. Penn State is leading. This is crazy at the half. So, those are the games going on at the moment, at least the ones that are kind of worth watching. I know, sorry to everybody else, my apologies. But anyway, with that said, so really quick, Teran, we're going to take a quick dive into junior college. You know, Triple CAA, I can't believe my RCC Tigers lost. I just can't believe it a couple weeks ago. That sucked. I didn't like that very much. Not cool. But, yeah, it's been crazy. So yesterday, in the Triple CAA, Diablo Valley defeats Shabbat 32-3. And, yeah. But last week was pretty crazy. We had some good games, man. as we take a look at some of the top teams around California. Overall, man, we had, let me see here. Let's take a quick look here. MSJC, man, Mount San Jacinto College, which is right here in the Inland Empire, defeating Victor Valley 54-26. A solid football game right there. Pasadena and Grossmont went at it. Grossmont 24-19 at home over Pasadena City College. Very, very solid football game there. Mount San Antonio and El Camino went head-to-head. Of course, we know that Mount San Antonio is usually one of the best teams in the country, well, in Triple CAA. Mount San Antonio will fall to El Camino in Murdoch Stadium, man. I got a chance to play in that stadium when I played at RCC. 30-24, El Camino wins that game at home. And, yeah, Golden West, the team to knock off RCC this year. I did not think that was even possible. But Golden West, 45-0 over Southwestern this past week. And RCC is angry because they lost 2 games this year. Yeah, no championship for us. Kind of makes me mad, but we at least won national championship 2 years ago. But RCC over Palomar, 47-21 at home this past week. So yay! And really, just there's a lot more to get into as well. But as for today, we don't really have a whole bunch. But we will talk about coming up today some of the top games we do have that are getting ready and set to get underway. Let's see here. Some solid games for you. Saddleback versus Golden West should be a pretty good game. Teran, your Orange Coast Pirates will be taking on Glendale, so that should be a pretty good matchup. We have here, let's see, Laney and San Mateo, the champions from a couple years ago. Laney College, the Eagles, taking on San Mateo, the team that was runner-up to RCC a couple years ago, or in 19. Riverside Community College, yes! We'll be taking on Mount San Antonio. Mount Sac rivalry week right there for sure. That's a fun game. Let's see. The Mounties at 3-1, which they've had to have some kind of COVID thing going on. I don't know, because they're only 3-1 this late in the season. And then Riverside, of course, at 4-2 right now. Not the best, but blah. It's annoying. But San Diego Mesa taking on San Bernardino Valley. SBVC should be a solid game there. Let's see here. This is the 53rd Palms to Pines Trophy game. Let's see, here we have Mount San Jacinto. I didn't even know they had a trophy, or I know this is, but Mount San Jacinto taking on Desert, COD calls it Desert. That should be a solid game. Fullerton taking on Southwestern, and El Camino taking on Cerritos College, so it should be solid there. So, Teran, any thoughts here on the Triple CAA, man?
Well, I as you mentioned, I definitely am looking forward to that Saddleback Golden West College game. I think that one is probably the marquee matchup. It has the fans allowed. It says fans allowed, but I think everyone should be having their fans allowed at games. For the Riverside Mount San Antonio matchup, just a note to everybody: COVID protocols will be in effect, and it even says an exclamation point. Please bring your masks. Masks and social distancing will be enforced. So don't do anything that'll get you kicked out or make you act a fool or make you put on the 10 o'clock news for the wrong reasons. So definitely got to follow those guidelines. I'm actually rather surprised that your RCC Tigers have lost 2 games this season. But I think it's kind of the nature of the balance. Like, some of these teams go through a little bit of a rebuild. A team that I think I'm surprised to see on the up and up is San Diego Mesa. That team is 5-1, and then Fullerton is back to being their dominant self after they had some ups and downs within their program the past few years. So all in all, junior college is back, ladies and gentlemen, and there's no better time for it.
Absolutely. Great stuff here. So the top 25 right now. From 25-21, we have a tie for 21, by the way. So Santa Barbara City, Mount San Jacinto, Laney, Sierra, and of course Sierra and American River are tied for 21. From 20-16, Foothill, Butte, Reedley, Feather River, and Contra Costa. From 15-11, we have a tie at 11, by the way. Allen Hancock, Bakersfield, Fullerton, and then 11, both tied, Diablo Valley and Mount San Antonio, Mount Sac. From 10-6, El Camino, Riverside City. Damn it. Just kidding. Modesto, San Diego Mesa, and Fresno City. And then the current top 5 right now, we have a tie for number 1. We have Golden West, Ventura, College of the Canyons, and then tie for number 1, City College of San Francisco. Aaron Rodgers knows a thing or two about playing there, and College of San Mateo. So there are your current tops there for the CCCAA. And let's head on back now to the big talk over here at Division 1. So for today, Teran, we got some pretty solid football games. Unfortunately, we're just going to throw out the picks, I guess. We're just going to pick the big games here. But, yeah, man, back to Division 1 Single A. Wisconsin and Purdue played today. Wisconsin has nosedived, man. And honestly, number 25, Purdue has earned themselves a ranking. I mean, we need the applause button for Purdue, man. Like, this team has seriously come out of nowhere, man. Go Boilermakers, right?
Absolutely. They beat the number 2 out of number 2 last week.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. So, pretty solid there. Coming up today, Iowa State. I remember about 10 years ago, they upset Oklahoma State when they were ranked, and Iowa State wasn't. Can it happen again? And they're at home. The Cyclones are at home, so we'll see. Number 10, Oregon, and unranked, but 5-2, Chip Kelly, UCLA Bruins in the Rose Bowl today. How about that game, Teran?
That's going to be a very fun game. I did unfortunately pick the Ducks, but honestly, I think it's going to be a close game. I think that UCLA is going to bring their best. Surprisingly, UCLA is favored by 1 point, so I don't know how Oregon feels about that. College game day did go to UCLA, despite it being at 4 a.m., which is kind of surprising, but it is what it is. But I think all of the UCLA fans will be highly happy for this matchup, and it could have some implications within the Pac-12 South and North.
Absolutely, man. So, should be a solid game right there. LSU taking on number 12, Ole Miss. Certainly a good one there. Clemson has fallen from grace. I seriously feel like RCC and Clemson are the same team this year because they have just fallen off, basically, and they're both orange. So, yeah, Clemson taking on number...
Tigers.
And they're both Tigers, yeah! Isn't that something? So, number 23, Pittsburgh looks to host Clemson. I mean, honestly, dude, and Pittsburgh is even favored by 3.5 points. What do you think about that, Teran?
This is kind of a reversal of fate, but Pitt is highly one of the more forgotten about teams, according to most people, and it would be quite surprising to see Clemson losing a third game, and they really have fallen from grace. And I feel bad for DJ Uiagalelei, considering he's done his darndest with the team. He has almost 1,000 passing yards, but this has just not been his year. It's just a year of rebuilding and reloading.
Absolutely. It's been a tough one, man. So, anyway, speaking of course, we talked about Uiagalelei. He's, solid player coming out of St. John Bosco. We talked about them a little bit ago in college.
Sorry.
What's going on in that game over there?
I think Kansas recovered a fumble.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, seriously, this is Murphy's Law for Oklahoma right now, man. I mean, this is rough for these guys, but we shall continue.
Oklahoma recovered it. Gosh dang
it. Wouldn't that have been... I'm really pulling for Oklahoma. I have become a Jayhawk fan the last, 10 minutes. Or 30... Oh, sorry.
Like, someone just jarred the football out, and homeboy number 6 on Kansas just had his hand on the ball, and it looked like he recovered, but he just couldn't scoop it in. So, oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is kind of funny. So, oh my goodness. So, with that
defender just jarred the ball out of his hands. Like, how do you waste that opportunity when your teammate just jarred the ball out of the receiver's hands, and you could have had good field position? So,
that's
anyway,
frustrating.
Continue.
No, that's frustrating. Absolutely agree, man. So, taking a look here at the NJCAA, man. Really not a lot on their website, which is kind of frustrating, but I'd love to see more on here, but I don't really see anything. And every time I usually do, it's not so much. So, let's see here. I just see stats, and that's frustrating. So, rankings, at least at the moment. We can take a look. I don't see any games. But okay, so let's see here. In the chat room, we got another chat going on, so appreciate you. So, yeah, Marcus says here, I have bets on Navy and Kansas. Let's go. No, I agree. We agree. Seriously, this is insane. This is freaking insane, Marcus. So, Yeah, man. Solid right here. So, anyway, on to Division Two. Division Two. NJCAA. Right now, the voting poll goes as follows, courtesy of NJCAA.com. From 15 to 11, we have Blinn College, Garden City, Mississippi Gulf Coast, Hines, or Hines. I always butcher that name. And then Monroe College. From 10 to 6, Iowa Central, Northwestern Mississippi, or Northwest Mississippi, Trinity Valley, Snow College, champions from a couple years ago, and Coffeyville. And then from 5 to 1, New Mexico Military Institute, Independence, of course. We remember them from a couple years back from Kansas, from Last Chance U, East Mississippi, another Last Chance U school, and Iowa Western Community College, and then Jones College leading right now at 7-0. So they were currently, solid stuff right there from these teams. So, into the current games, honestly, you guys, it says nothing unless you found something, Teran, but I have found absolutely nothing when it comes to games. Have you found anything?
I have sadly not.
Yeah, there's a calendar up here. Let me see what that does. But here we go. Looks like this might be it, and no, it is not. Cool. Okay, well, the NJCAA website is just wonderful, and that's just how it looks. So let's see if we can click on this over here and see where it takes us. Because yeah, this thing it's very frustrating. I've tried to be on this website many times before, and it's usually been pretty solid. But sadly, there's just nothing going on again. So, as for today, let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, so we'll get more on that next week. But anyway, there's a little bit of a talk on the NJCAA right now. At least the top teams are put in the rankings. So there you have it. All right, and then we already talked some D3. So, Teran, let's talk a little D2 football real fast. Overall, man, Division 2, of course, I love Division 2. It's just awesome. Seriously, probably one of my all-time favorites, watching Division 2, because there's just so much here. The Argonauts of West Florida, a solid football team, which, I mean, seeing them win the national championship in their first 5 years of existence, and their first year going all the way to the final was just amazing. So, just awesome stuff there. But as of right now, we have some good stuff going on in D2, and let's take a look here. I know I got the scores up, but the rankings are not following, which is kind of annoying. But let's see if we can get those up here. Let's see. So top 25 currently as of right now from Division 2 football. Here we go, you guys. So, as of right now, from 25 to 21, Kutztown. Yes, Kutztown. Minnesota State, they were currently in the championship 2 years ago when they lost to West Florida. Wayne State out of Nebraska, Nebraska Kearney, and Cal U. From 20 to 16, Bentley, Augustana, Henderson State, Midwestern State, and Minnesota Duluth. Hey, go Bulldogs. From 15 to 11, West Georgia, Notre Dame. Not the Notre Dame you think, but Notre Dame. Shepherd. Bowie State, of course, everyone knows that from Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr. here at IE Sports Radio, the host of The Extra Mile. That's his alma mater for his undergrad. Ochita Baptist, and then from 10 to 6, West Alabama, Harding, Wingate, Slippery Rock, and Grand Valley, and the current top 5, Colorado School of Mines, Northwest Missouri, Valdosta State, Ferris State, and number 1, yes, the West Florida Argonauts, balling out, man. So big ups to them. Let's take a quick look at some of these games here today from at least some of those teams. Mercyhurst is actually leading Slippery Rock right now, number 16, 14-10. Craziness. Oh, the rankings are on this thing, so my apologies. Shepherd, number 11, Shepherd, currently leading. Wow, slim lead over Westchester. 21-17. Wingate leading over UVA Wise, 31-13 at the moment. Bowie State leading Virginia Union, and that's, I think, the CA or whatever it's called, CA2 or CA. I forgot how they pronounce their conference, but they're on that conference right now. So Bowie State leading 14-7 over Virginia Union, number 10 Bowie State. And then I think that was it for the ranked games going live right now. As you know, Ferris State is leading Michigan Tech 14-0. Grand Valley leading with a slim lead in the second quarter right now, I believe, yes, over Northern Michigan, 7-6. Let's see. Let's continue on. Talking Division II football. Notre Dame, number 12, over Glenville State right now, 7-0. It's currently in the first quarter, so that game just got started not too long ago. We have a double ranked on ranked game. Cal U, number 20, and IUP, number 24, both 0-0. That game just started, as well as Kutztown. Okay, now Kutztown taking on Lock Haven. That's Lock Haven. That's coming up today, or just starting, as a matter of fact, getting ready to start. So number 25, Kutztown versus Lock Haven. We have here number 14, Augustana, and number 23, Minnesota State, getting ready and set to go later on. Northwest Missouri, number 7, takes on Northeastern State today. Okeetha Baptist taking on Southern Arkansas. Number 8 there, Okeetha Baptist, as we mentioned earlier. And any more ranked games that we have for today? Henderson State on the road. Number 22, Henderson State taking on Arkansas Tech. Number 3, Colorado Mines on the road, taking on Colorado Mesa later on today. And Minnesota Duluth and Bemidji State. I hate butchering that name. I know I don't get it right. Maybe I do. I don't know, but I doubt it. That's a hockey matchup usually. But Minnesota Duluth, number 13, of course, at home today, facing them. Valdosta State, number 2, on the road, taking on Mississippi College. Nebraska currently hosting Lincoln, Missouri, I believe, number 21. And I think, getting to the end here, Harding, the Bison, will host Arkansas Monticello. That's how you say it. West Alabama, I believe that's where, if I'm not mistaken, that's where the cheetah comes from, right, Teran? That's where, Tyreek Hill comes from, if I'm not mistaken, his team.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. So West Alabama, man, will host Delta State, number 15, West Alabama. And then number 6, West Florida. I don't know why they're number 6 here. I guess they dropped apparently, but they're taking on Shorter. They'll be at home today. And number 5, West Georgia hosting North Greenville, as well as Midwestern State, number 17, Midwestern State, hosting Tarleton State. And that is it for today. So, top 25s, best luck to all of you. And there you have it. Any thoughts on Division II there, Teran?
No, but I'm just actually glad that there's NCAA Division II football, considering we didn't have it last year, and I think Division II could be up for grabs, and same could be said for Division III and some of these other lower division schools. And that's the beauty of it. Like, there's no clear-cut winner, and there is no, personal, favorites, unless, the FCS.
Absolutely. So, Teran, got a couple more matchups today, of course, before we get to the big one, USC and Notre Dame later on today. But number 5, Ohio State will be on the road versus Indiana. I did not hear Mr. Justin Lahr this morning. I know you did. But, when Ohio State's coming to town, it's usually not the best feeling. Should be a fun one, I'd hope. Maybe it could be another surprise game. Number 18, NC State will be hosting Miami. We'll be going to Miami. Miami's just fallen off. But wouldn't it be something to see South Carolina fight Texas A&M?
That would be quite something.
I'd love to see that today. That's going down today, by the way. So it should be a good one. Getting back to this crazy game, we're getting halfway to the halfway mark of the third quarter in this game, and actually, touchdown Oklahoma. They just scored. So
yep, Oklahoma did score, and it took them long enough.
Hasselwood C. Williams here, it's courtesy of the ESPN Score Center app, to Hasselwood, I don't want to butcher his name, but 5-yard pass into the end zone, and hey, Oklahoma's on the board for the first time in the freaking game in the third quarter. So 10-7 right now, Kansas leading this one with 7:57 to go in the third quarter. So once again, crazy game going on here. So we'll bounce to the NAIA real fast. We actually don't have a lot of time. I wish we had a little more time, but we're definitely running out here. But some solid games going on here today. We're going to go ahead and just skip that and go to the rankings within the NAIA. So currently, as of right now, 25 through 21, St. Thomas from Florida, Bethel out of Tennessee, Valley City State out of North Dakota, Montana Western, and St. Xavier out of Illinois. Another Illinois school for you there, Mr. Adam Karnick, if you're still listening. From 20 to 16, Georgetown, Kentucky, Olivia Nazarene, I believe, out of another Illinois school. Yes. Also, by the way, Mr. Marcus Loves Great needs some of that NAIA love. Absolutely, Marcus. This is where it's at, man. Next week, we definitely got to get some games up here. But I guess getting back this week, so we're going to work on that. Number 18, Langston out of Oklahoma. Southwestern out of Kansas. Rocky Mountain out of Montana at number 16. And no, I completely agree. Marcus says here, the NAIA keeps a lot of kids' dreams going. Shout out to them. Absolutely, man. The NAIA is another sanctioning body, of course, countering the NCAA. So big ups to them, man. NAIA football is good football. Some people would say that it is comparable to Division II in the NCAA, but just amazing stuff, man. And I really hope that we can get this more recognized, and I love the NAIA. So thank you very much, Marcus. Absolutely knowing a thing or two about the NAIA. So currently number 16, as I mentioned, Rocky Mountain. From 15 to 11, Dort out of Iowa, I believe. Faulkner out of Alabama. Kaiser out of Florida. And Bethel out of Kansas. And Marion, a team that won back-to-back championships a couple years ago, out of Indiana at number 11. From 10 to 6, we have Reinhardt out of Georgia. I think they were near the top a couple years ago. They still are. But Ottawa out of Arizona. So there you go, Marcus, in your neck of the woods, man, Arizona. Indiana Wesleyan. And then Kansas Wesleyan. And then number 6, Baker out of Kansas. And then from 5 to 1, we have Concordia, Michigan. Grandview out of Iowa. Morningside, the defending national champions from 2019. Northwestern out of Iowa. And then Lindsley Wilson, actually, they are actually the defending champions, I believe, from earlier this year, right, Teran? They won it in COVID?
Yeah, they did.
And they're leading it, man. So I'm sorry, Morningside is not the defending champions, but they are, like, I guess you can call them like the second defending champions. I don't know what you would call that, but they won a couple years ago. So there you go, and big ups to the NAIA, man. So we'll have more for you there next week, definitely. But of course, time running short and all that good stuff. So with that said, Teran, any words on NAIA before we dive into the FCS?
There were a lot of drops when it came to the NAIA. There was one team that dropped from 8 spots, one team that dropped from 7 spots, another team that dropped from 7 spots. So just goes to show that no team is safe when it comes to college football, unless, of course, they're Lindsey Wilson, Northwestern of Iowa, or Morningside.
100%, Aaron. So amazing stuff there. So a little article here on collegesportsmadness.com talking about bracketology breakdown. Of course, they're getting ready to do to get into the playoffs. And this is honestly, I wish that Division I would adopt this, Division I single A. But right now, the bids by conference, we have here the AQ7 2, so Sam Houston State and Eastern Kentucky. Big Sky, we have Eastern Washington, UC Davis, Montana State, Sacramento State, and Montana. Okay. Big South, Kennesaw State. Colonial, we have Villanova, James Madison, Rhode Island. Missouri Valley, we have North Dakota State, of course, as we know, the Bison. That should be Division I single A already, gosh darn it. Southern Illinois, South Dakota State, the Jacks, South Dakota, and Missouri State. Out of Northeast, Duquesne. Out of Ohio Valley, Tennessee Martin. Patriot, we have Holy Cross. Davidson out of Pioneer. East Tennessee State and Virginia Military out of Southern, and then Eastern Louisiana and Incarnate Word out of Southland. And from what I understand, I think Incarnate Word actually started as a Division III, and they worked their way all the way up to Division I. I remember my buddy Christian saying that a while back. So a little bracketology there, courtesy of collegesportsmadness.com. And taking a look at today, man. Uh-oh, what happened?
Kansas fumbled, but they recovered.
Freaking Kansas, man. I mean, seriously.
Everyone's getting fumbleitis today in this half.
This needs to end. I want to see this upset, man. I'm really trying to see this upset. I would love to see it. But as of right now, the rankings. Let's see if we have rankings for. Let's see. ESPN.com. Will you help us out? So, Division II. Oh my gosh, we have rankings. So, from last week. So, let's see here. From 20 to 21, look at this. Oh my goodness, we have some good football going on here. So, all right. And I guess, kind of wish that it would tell me the freaking names of the school, but whatever. So, all right. Yeah, it's not working. Sweet. All right, well, with that said, as of right now, you guys, overall, at least the current top two, man, Valdosta, they went up 2 spots to number 2 this week as they won over Delta State 55-0 last week. And right now, Ferris State number 1. I'm sorry, that's Division 2. We just talked about them right now, so we will get into that later. So let's see. That's Division 2. And we just talked about them. And unfortunately, for some crazy reason, ESPN is being a hater and not letting it happen for the rankings of AA. So that's kind of annoying. So anyway, Teran, let's go ahead and do this, man. And just talk about some of these games coming up here today in Division 1 AA. So let's see. So let's talk about the teams that we know are for sure up there. As we see, big ups to, by the way, Marcus Lowe's great, his neck of the woods, man. We got Northern Arizona, the Jacks today, of course. That should be a solid football game. Taking on Sacramento State, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be a good one. The Hornets, I believe. Let's see here. Top team. Montana, the team to knock off. Montana knocked off Washington this year, so that was enough. That's crazy. But they're taking on the Idaho Vandals, who dropped to Division 2, or Division 1 AA. UC Davis and Cal Poly, that should not be good. Cal Poly not doing very good at all, and UC Davis playing pretty solid. So there you have it. Let's see. Weber State, and Eastern Washington. That's not a good game either, because Eastern Washington is 7-0, and Weber is 2-4. So not a good game there either. So yeah, I'm not picking out very good football games, but at the moment, we have a nice Ivy League battle, Harvard versus Princeton. Princeton's actually leading Harvard 6-3 at the moment. And, well, yeah, not a whole bunch is going on today. Yale, some Ivy League, that's really it. Yale leads Pennsylvania, Penn, I guess you can say, 28-14. And, yeah, the Jacks play Northern Iowa today, South Dakota State. James Madison, solid team, playing Delaware today. And at the end of the day, Teran, I really don't see literally anything that's too exciting in Division 1 AA today. How do you feel, man?
I haven't really seen much that sticks out to me. Kansas is already in the red zone. It's 1st and goal. I'm sorry, but this Kansas game Kansas is driving, and we're about to play the fight song pretty soon.
I am excited for this.
This dude avoided a tackle, and that could have possibly been a face mask penalty, but good.
This is exciting, man. I really, really, really hope that Kansas can stick around in this game, man. So with that said, that's going to do it for pretty much everything. The last couple minutes of this game, man, I just want to go ahead and, of this show, I just want to focus on the big game, man, coming up today. Saturday Night Football. Teran, our beloved USC Trojans at 3-3 have completely fallen off this year. Let's just be real. But they are heading on over to South Bend to take on number 13 Notre Dame. USC at 3-3, Notre Dame at 5-1. Notre Dame is favored by 7.5 points. The game goes down 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Teran, what you think, man?
I hate to say this, but I got Notre Dame winning. I picked them on my show yesterday, so I can't really back out from that.
Well, I'm going to stick with our Trojans, man. I can't not take them. I feel like somehow, some way we can pull this off. It's a rivalry game, dude. And if we get destroyed, we get destroyed. But no, I'm sorry, USC. I can't pick Notre Dame. That's disgusting.
I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, I will gladly eat my crow if USC pulls out the win. But against a somewhat talented Notre Dame team, like USC is going to have to pull out all the stops, and they're just going to have to play near perfect football.
Absolutely, and I would love to see it. I mean, I think this could be the game to bring out the best in them this year. So as of right now, courtesy of the ESPN ScoreCenter app, Slovis, 135 for 211 with 1,500 yards, basically 1,519, so 1,519 yards. He has 9 touchdowns on the year, 5 interceptions. Their quarterback, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but Cohn, I believe, 11 for 161. He has 1,200 yards with 12.08, 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So the quarterbacks look pretty almost evenly matched. Ingram, running back out of USC, 74 carries, 419 yards, 3 touchdowns. Their running back, Williams, 96 carries, 370 yards. That says a lot. Our running back has more. And 4 touchdowns in the year. So they're pretty much almost evenly matched too. And then London, leading receiver out of USC, 64 receptions, 832 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And Mayer, 32 receptions, 6 for Notre Dame, 32 receptions, 360 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So,
is he in?
Is he in?
Did he get there?
Let's see.
The QB ran for it, but I think he's just short.
That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown, Teran. That's a touchdown. There was a drive. I think you're a little behind, brother. I think
they got to review that.
I think we. Devin Neal gets in 1 yard carry into the end zone, and Teran.
I'm far behind.
Sorry about that, Teran. But Devin Neal just got in right now.
Play the fight song.
17-16 right now. Kansas is going insane. I mean, this is incredible, man. This is incredible. Extra point is good. With 130 left to go in this football game, the 1-5 Kansas Jayhawks are leading the number 3 Boomer Sooner Oklahoma Sooners, y'all. This is absolutely incredible. Teran, I mean, let's go Jayhawks, right?
Yes, rock chalk, baby.
Rock chalk, man. So this is insane. So with that said, Teran, brother, this is going to be our exit here today, man. It has been a great show, man. It's so great to be back, man. So with that said, my brother, any last words for our fans out there?
The matchup to actually watch out for in the Mountain West Conference is San Diego State versus Air Force.
Yes.
Both those teams already combined 12-1, and this could be very groundbreaking for both divisions in the Mountain West Conference. I will say this about San Diego State. They cannot be one-dimensional because I think San Jose State might have found out their bread and butter when it comes to their offense, as they just ran the ball with Greg Bell. So we'll see what happens, but they're kind of going to have to shuffle it up a bit.
Well, let's see how that goes, man. So I'll tell you, good stuff. Good football games coming your way today, and there you have it. I just turned on my YouTube TV, man, because I am ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna turn this game on and enjoy it. I was watching it on my phone on YouTube TV. For those of you who do not have YouTube TV, it is freaking awesome. It is so worth the money, you guys. I know it's like $64 a month, I think, or $56 a month, but it is so worth it. So anyway, with that said, y'all, big ups to our sponsors today, the SoCal Warriors, of course. I'm going to be sitting out another one, as you've heard, all this craziness going on with my second job, and as some of you guys know, I took over full-time for a class for 3 weeks as a sub. Of course, that was crazy, and I guess a lot going on with the teacher shortage and no time, and then the second job, and then just all these different things going on, man. I've had no time for pretty much anything, including training or practice, so I'm sitting in another game, unfortunately. It's kind of desecrated my season, but at the end of the day, I would gladly desecrate my season for my future wife, my soon-to-be wife, of course, and our living, here at our apartment, and getting things going. So it's all good. Hopefully I'll be playing next week versus the Mercury. But big ups to our SoCal Warriors, man, going into this game at 4-4. Let's go win it today, guys, versus the Riverside Disciples. So should be a good game. And yeah, you can follow SoCal Warriors at SoCal Warriors on Twitter, at Southern California _Warriors on Twitter, and of course, at Southern California Warriors on Facebook. Give us a like. We certainly like that. And show some love or give them a like. They certainly like that. Big ups. I feel like I'm not part of the team right now. I feel horrible because I haven't played. So I've only played 2 games this entire season. But anyway, so great. Big ups to them. And then, of course, Mr. Kit Fremen, man. I got to show love to Kit. He is Background Check International. Make sure to show some love at Background Check International. Space BCINT. BCI, and of course check them out at bcint.com. show some love, man. Amazing stuff there. He is, of course, all professional background checks, not for the use of anything illegal, but big ups to Mr. Kit Freeman. If you need a background check out there and you're a professional business, well, show some love and give some background checks there. So, plenty of great stuff there from Mr. Kit Freeman, and thank you so much to him for helping out IE Sports Radio. So with that said, y'all, that is going to do it for today's show. I think y'all know the drill. I'll cue the music, because we're out of here! All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun one. Teran, any final thoughts for today's show?
Giving everybody live updates on the Oklahoma Kansas game. It seems to be bananas if Oklahoma wins. I even said on the internet that the internet will be broken if Kansas pulls out the victory over number 3 Oklahoma.
I completely agree with Teran. This would be absolutely insane. I have the update on TV on the background, so I got to do it right now. But yeah, this is going to be chaos. We will be tweeting on the NCAA, well, on the 3 and Out Twitter page. Of course, you can follow our page, Catch Teran and I, tweeting at 3 and Out, all spelled out, 3 and Out, CEIE, here on Twitter, of course. So love, we got PNC coming up here today. So with that said, y'all, that will do it for today's episode. We'll be back next Saturday, either 8 or 9 in the morning, Pacific time, we'll find out. But with that said, y'all, we are back! And it's great coming back here to talk college football with you as well, Teran. That's Teran Rodriguez at Teran Rodriguez1 on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at DTHEE_LB53. Follow all of the whole at IE Sports Radio on Twitter, Instagram, and of course, give us a like at IE Sports Radio on Facebook. We certainly like that. With that said, y'all, for Teran Rodriguez, this is your boy Larry B, signing off. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.